Sales and marketing alignment, obviously absolutely key throughout the program. In your experience, what should that cadence look like so that you're not taking up so much of sales's time, but you're also keeping them as involved and up to date as possible so that they are bought into the campaign at the point of execution?
Yeah. Again, I think it varies massively whether you're looking at one-to-one and one-to-few, where you would be working really closely with sales. And, if it was one-to-one, you'd probably expect them to be, in kickoff workshops with you, helping work out where you are, where you want to be, where the gaps in your knowledge are. You'd be bringing them back once you'd done the research into the account to work out what your strategy and your value proposition and messaging should be. And it wouldn't be far off that, in a one-to-few program. Obviously, in a one-to-many context, that's not going to be practical at all. But I think, setting expectations of, well, first of all, if we're going to go for these 200 or 300 accounts in our one-to-many program, what's the criteria we're going to select them on? So they're involved in that. Then understanding what your approach will be and, giving them visibility of your value proposition and messaging and making sure that resonates. And then I think the key thing with a one-to-many program is that you don't start hurling, quote, leads at the sales team just because somebody's opened something or downloaded it. You need to have a scoring process that says, well, they need to have done at least 3 or 5 things constructively before we take them to this level. So you're scoring each engagement. Yeah. And if the organization has a BDR team or SDR team, which actually could do that initial outreach, qualification, and so on to get a warm or opted-in opportunity, then of course sales are going to be much more likely to want to play. So I think the cadence there is in a one-to-many context, make sure the sales team understand what's going on, that they bought into it, that they, enthusiastic and excited to see the content and the creative going live, but make sure that you're scoring the incoming leads appropriately before you even think about sharing them with the sales team. Because what you don't want to do, I think, is the old cliche of, we got all these leads, we gave them to sales and they weren't interested in half of them or more than half of them. So we really need to make sure by the time it gets to sales, it's a real opportunity.